Yeah, g'day, it's Rod speaking. This video is about technology, um, and it's in the Yangang, so what are we, about the 26th? So what happens in this video is he changes microphones with this person here. So the microphone was not working too well at the start, and then it improved. Obviously something improved. It was very reedy at the start. So anyway, the changeover happens, and what I think is presidential about Mr. Yang is that he then says about the technician, he knows what he's doing. He doesn't second guess him. I thought it was very presidential, and you'll see it here. Just doing a bit of Wes Watson here. It's hot here in New Zealand summer. So Wes Watson, there's a shout out to our Wes Watson.
Much better.
Internet personality.
Alright, third time's the charm. This one's alright. I'm alright. He knows what he's doing. Hello, Fairfield. Thank you so much. And let's give it up.
And there you go. He knows what he's doing. So to me, that was the presidential moment. I loved how he just was able to just get on with it. It wasn't a biggie. He wasn't fazed by technology, and he just pushed forward. And I know myself as an audio engineer, there's so much involved in being an audio engineer, and people that aren't audio engineers, for example, used to be setting up a sound system for referees, video refs. So I had an area pass. I used to have an audio Sky feed. I'd do an international feed from a rugby stadium at Waikato University. Had a pass, so I sat at the back of the video refs. I used to do a feed out to 5 assessors, the touch judge and the referee when they blew the whistle. That sound was what I would capture. I'd rebroadcast to the grounds where people would have little transistor radio type things where they could listen to Sky in one ear or the referee in the other. The pass that I had when the All Blacks played, I had an all areas pass, which meant I could walk into the All Blacks changing sheds, just the referees areas, just as part of it. So I've experienced audio engineering at that level, as well as doing, in Invercargill when Kevin Harris was teaching me audio engineering. Shout out to Kevin Harris out there in New Zealand. And 48 bands, live bands, mix those down. Kevin always used to say that the band plays to the sound engineer and the sound engineer plays to the audience. So that's why I appreciated what Yang just did then with the microphone. He just said the guy knows what he's doing. And that's with technology now. People spend their whole lives learning a particular thing in technology, and sometimes, you can't explain it to people. It's either works or it doesn't. So that's why I thought that was a presidential thing, not fazed by technology, not being retarded and slowing down, able to go forward and trusting that there is a pathway forward. The other thing I wanted to mention, which has been interesting, is the question. Anyway, it's a Yangang question where this young girl asked five about progressive taxation. Well, it wasn't about progressive taxation, it was about taxation of the wealthy and how that related. I'm a fan of progressive taxation rather than regressive taxation, but I've given an answer to that in another location. But what I was wanting to say is it was funny that because humour, I have a theory on what makes something funny, and humour comes down to, in the old days, it's about leadership. We'll laugh at someone that we don't think should be a leader, so we laugh at them. So slapstick humour, if someone slips over in a banana peel, we're not going off to catch woolly mammoths with someone that can't walk, stand upright. So we'll laugh at that. It's built into us. It's a safety mechanism. On from that was the development of language. So if I stuttered or had a speech impediment or used words wrong in this video, they would actually, I'd get laughed at. And then people don't, if you're out hunting a woolly mammoth again and someone stutters saying the lion, all of a sudden you get eaten by a lion. So you don't want to have a person leading the troop that has an issue with communications. Next was political assassination. Now, I don't mean in the physical sense, but when two people were running for for Sparta, they had a vote and there was one difference, and they then went off to fight war or something on that one vote. But everyone was united behind it and it was successful. So the other thing is when you get two people running for an office, one person can get the audience laughing at the other person. They might have fallen over or they might have said something stupid. And so it's a negative and it's not that good. But the future of humour, and this is the fourth phase, it's like that fourth industrial revolution that we're at. So it's about plotting out where we're going in the future, and then it's about laughing at how we get to that location. Okay, so we know that thorium power is coming for the next 500,000 years, 1 million times more energy than the carbon-hydrogen bond, thorium in a molten fluoride salt reactor. So it's about laughing at the process of humanity trying to get there. Because what thorium does is allows you to be a couple of kilometres under thick ice in Antarctica and have a 300,000 population city there, or in the middle of Australia, in the outback, in the most inhospitable dry location. But with thorium power, you're able to desalinate water and bring it in and create an oasis. And everywhere in between, the most inhospitable places on the planet become the most habitable places. So we don't have a population problem. We have 8 billion now, heading for 27 billion, which is 3 to the power of 3 times 10 to the power of 9. Anyway, I'm speechless at the moment, but the point, and so that's why I'm not a good leader, but what I am doing is giving you some philosophical mechanisms for future understanding of humour and where we're going. And that's why this Yang thing is interesting. That's why we're starting to see some real gems of leadership come out. And the other thing is, don't dismiss kids. There have been some very high IQ individuals in the past, even that died at 4 years old, and they've been so astoundingly brilliant at 4 years old. Everything they've done right up. And William James Sidis is a person who was astounding to age 4. He lived into his 50s, 60s. He was a polyglot, could speak 40 languages. He could learn a language in a week. He was able to interpret a Native American Indian language with the coloured beads that they used to inscribe their philosophical sayings and stuff. But anyway, the point is that these young people, this young girl that asked this question, it doesn't matter how young a child is, they can be far more brilliant than an old person, you know. There's a saying, no fool like an old fool. Well, the opposite of that is there's no genius like a young genius. And that's what we're seeing globally. Yeah, some people might be autistic on the autism scale, but on the other side, there's some young geniuses out there that just absolutely astounding, and with technology and stuff. So I'm off to do some Raspberry Pi, put some servos together, see if we can get 3 servos running on a Raspberry Pi. I'm off to go and visit the airfield today to do some RC model flying here in New Zealand. Welcome you to come to Tokoroa, South Waikato, and pop out to the airfield and have a look at what's happening with technology there. And this is a Raspberry Pi video. So I'll be working on 1 servo, then 2 servos, then 3 servos. See how many servos I can get running off a Raspberry Pi, and then link them off 2 to 3 to 4 Raspberry Pis. So that's going to be my little task, and I'll add these videos. So thanks for the little music break before in my introduction. Lumpy sang a tune, so thank you for that. And this is the Wes Watson, if you've ever seen Wes Watson on YouTube. A very intense individual, but he has very interesting words of wisdom. So as I said, if he gets you to doing a couple of press-ups and a couple of burpees or sit-ups, that's an inspiration. And people get their hair cut. Someone said, maybe I got a haircut like Wes Watson. But anyway, it's great to be talking to you now. Catch you later. Bye now.